Hello, I'm Flu, and today I'm gonna show you a new Reanimator. This time is Sultai. Sultai, for the not of knowledge, is blue, black, green. So, cards we are gonna use are Mtga Sultai. That is like in a Reanimator deck, you need some kind of cards. Cards that put cards in the graveyard from your hand or from your deck, or card to reanimate the card from your graveyard. These are the engine for the deck. So we need cards like Mtga Sultai, Wall of Lusto, Glowspore Shaman, Tombound Lich to put cards in the graveyard, to resurrect them with cards like Journey, Blood for Bones, Bond of Revival. We need cards, creature to revive. These cards are on the top end and raise Forerunner. That is gonna give a meaning of our little creature of the start of the game to do some damage. Phyllis, that with Nezal are kind of draw engines. Phyllis is gonna kill creature too, especially like Pesquis Adantos with the +1/+1, and at the same time is drawing card, being like a 8/8 with fly. That's quite huge. Nezal on the other side is whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, you can draw you draw a card. Can draw a card. Why? I was saying that because like you can discard 3 cards and you can exile Nezal until the end, until the beginning of the end step, on the next end step. So your opponent is gonna board wipe or is gonna remove Nezal, attempt to remove Nezal, especially with the Vraska. That's so you are not anymore able to revive it because like is exiled. You discard 3 cards, so you better have 3 cards in your hand, or 2 cards because like is gonna use removal. You draw a card and you discard 3 cards. That is like a disadvantage of the card that in decks like Reanimator can be like an advantage because you are putting cards in your graveyard. So you may have like creature that you wanna reanimate, but you don't know how to reanimate to put them in the graveyard, and that is can be a nice one. After we have like card of Agent of Treachery, that is quite good, like to remove creature that are problematic or whatever permanent that is creating problems, or they are just like stones of the decks, like really important cards in some decks, like for example some planeswalkers, some artifact enchantment like Bolas Citadel, for example. They may be really good. The second part is a little harder to use, but can be used. So the second part is if you control 3 or more permanent you don't own, you draw 3 cards. So how to do that? Well, with Blood for Bones we can sacrifice Agent of Treachery to reuse the Enter the Battlefield effect. And if we combo it with Scholar of the Ages, that is bringing 2 Instant of Sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand, there is like quite a loop, because like we are gonna bring to our hand stuff like Blood for Bones or Bond of Revival, or even if need stuff cards like Ritual of Soot, for example. There are few sorcery in these decks. For that, like, I'm not putting many Scholar of the Ages, but they're quite good. If you wanna put like more Scholar of the Ages, I suggest you to change like Wall of Lost Thought with instance, like Charta Curse, for example, that have sort of the same objective. But I think Wall of Lost Thought, having its more defensive and being a creature to sacrifice for Blood for Bones is quite helpful. After we have like cards like they're not great power level, but they always tend to be useful, like Pelaka Worm, that is giving us 2 life when it enters the battlefield, is 7 mana 7/7, and when dies, draw a card. This, if you're playing against a Dreadhorde gang, a Dreadhorde deck, can be a problem, because like is 7 mana for 7/7 that gives 7 life, so they are casting it for free, because like 7 mana 7 life, so you may consider it, change it when playing best of 3, for example, to change with other creature or other kind of cards that may be more useful. Another card that I had that like and many people like tend to have like in this kind of graveyard matter deck like are Enter the Eternals, but they're just one, because like seems like 1/2 seems like a good spot for this kind of card. So it's like 4 damage to a creature, you gain 4 health, you amass 4, and you mill a player for 4. Can be the opponent, but can be yourself too. So you can put other cards like in your graveyard to revive. So usually with cards like Stitcher Supply, Glow Spore, Wall of Toe, there's like a little problem like of the sorceries and instants that end up being in the graveyard. For that, like I've put like Cavalier Thorns to mitigate that effect. Cavalier Thorns can ramp us a little, and that may be not huge because like it's 5 mana and our revivals are all 4-5 manas, but is not bad at all. A little ramp, and is self-milling us too with that fact. When it does die, it starts like the second effect. You can exile it, and you can bring like a card, whatever card, from your graveyard to the top of your library. That's quite good, especially for this kind of deck there are like many cards in the graveyard, like where you can choose from. After I put it like stuff like Ritual and Massacre Girl for our board removal, our white. You can put 3 suit and cut Massacre Girl, but I don't suggest it, cause like Massacre Girl is quite useful against decks like Vampire, or let's use it now, Mono White, or even Red deck, or Tokens deck, or even Mono Blue, or Azorius. They can be really useful. Another removal is Cavalier Knight. There is, when you enter the battlefield, you can sacrifice 1 creature to kill a creature of the opponent. And when they die, it brings a creature with power 3 with the converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So our little creature can be reused and they can start do their things. For the sideboard, this is like I'm gonna play best of 1, but for best of 3 there are like some kind of cards that are quite useful. This is like Duress. Not much to say about Duress. Usually typical sideboard card like for black based deck. Necrotic Wound is quite useful in deck like this, especially like against like big creature, Phoenix and this kind of stuff. Negate, we are blue, we can play Negate. Noxus Grasp is quite full late card. This and Veil of Summer are quite great. You can choose to put Veil of Summer if you don't like some of this creature. I suggest like 3 Veil of Summer. Like for example, these are just like creature like to choose like to change like from the main deck one, for example, and stuff like Doom Whisper to bring card from our deck to the graveyard still can be useful. Veil of Summer is quite useful against control deck, but I just haven't put it like because like it depends on the meta. When the meta is solidified, we can see if there are like many counters, put it in the deck, or it's just like the end of last season where Teferi of 3 mana was kind of blocking all the counter to be played. So I've seen that, I've showed the deck. Now let's see some matches. Login. Nice thing. So we seem to have like a not bad hand. Problem is we have like a kind of like second and third mana empty, so we should, in my opinion, start with this and get us Stitcher supply nearest to the cost of Blood for Bones, so it doesn't get killed, at least like not until we have like some cards like to change it, or we have like the manas for it. Okay, I guess it's some kind of Mardu Aristocrats, and yeah, I think it's time for Stitcher supply. Okay, at least we have Endrace in our graveyard. Not bad at all. Now let's see if our opponent is gonna kill our Stitcher. Seems so, but it's like an advantage in some way for us too. If it's not okay, he's not gonna kill it. He's not gonna kill it, and we can Blood for Bones. So this Blood for Bones. Let's see if we get other stuff, other creature. No, we don't get other creature, but we get like a nice Endrace, and we got the glow spore. It does have trample, so it is not good for Stitch or Tide Taker. I guess they're gonna destroy Endrace. Okay, other mana? No, they're not gonna kill Endrace. Now, okay, they don't have a way to do the 4 damage to Endrace. Yeah, and we can suit. See, suit is even another good card like in decks like this. Okay, the enemy got manuscripts in. Ritual suit is quite great, like in synergy with this deck, because like Stitcher supply does have effect even if it's go to the graveyard, if it die, and the important creature are all more than 3 mana, obviously. So now we can Glow Spore or Wall of Glowstone. It seems the first Wall of Glowstone, so we can have more choice for Glow Spore for our lands. But we have like a revival, a suit, and if we get a leech, we can discard an Endrace. Maybe like a nice course of action. See what kind of deck is playing our opponent. Okay, for now it's Simic, but it's, I think we're gonna play against or is a Simic Flash, or is an elemental deck. Yeah, elemental deck. Elemental deck. Okay, Nezal and Pelaka in the graveyard. That's quite huge. Okay, we have many lands now. We can explore again to get like our land. Now, okay, they are all Shockland and Topland. So we better take a Greenland to cast like our knight in case. It's like we have, well, okay. They have an Omnat killed our little friends. Now we can kill a Razor Reef. It may be a good idea with the suit, but it does kill our wall of Glowstone. The problem is like, if they are gonna put like a land, Omnat is gonna be big, and so it's gonna kill the wall of Glowstone the same way. But at least we're gonna prevent full damage, not that. Okay.
Not to brag,
That's
but I'm totally the best
quite
fireman.
big for the opponents. That's a lot of ramp. Oh. Now let's see. We can have like a Nasal, that's quite good. But there is like a creature deck, so it's not so huge. But we can kill with it our friend Chandra. And we are gonna we can discard for some removal. Okay, Risen Reef.
I'm late to meditation anyway.
Not gonna die. Now we can discard all these three in case like they're gonna be aggressive and attack. That's a 6/6. Start growing the Omnot, but it's not bad if we're gonna steal it. The opponent shouldn't make it grow so much. Yeah, okay. Why don't you grow the Reason Reef after 6? Okay, starting to now we should use nasal ability or not. Because like we have like Treachery and Endraiser, they are both good. We just wait. Now we have entered the god that we can just like destroy Risen Reef. But these are 3 mana. So now it seems like a logical way of action to reduce it. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Nice. I don't think it's so nice, but I think we should blow. or not. Yeah, we should look. But it may have like stuff like unsummon like or other similar stuff. And it is like a huge and okay, that's a 9-8 now. That's risky with enter the guard, but I think we should do that. We should try this. Really? Let's take this. Let's see. I think it's little for our opponent, because it does have like 2 creepy trailblazer and 1 can be pumped. He's gonna get like 2 every time, but he's using mana. Maybe Krasis? Nissa? Oh, that's little too. No clue. Well, that's a quite interesting end. Okay, Celestia for now. I guess it's wound. Yeah. Let's take some stitching in the that blood turbines may be useful. Go spiral. Let's see how many zombies they're gonna make. Okay, this. Let's see. What kind of an interland seems like the best one? No attack is not needed. Arboreal is gonna block. Spotted this kitty. Listen to me. Okay.
I can no longer stand by and watch.
If it's, I think it's gonna. No, it's gonna take the Arboreal as logic.
That's more like it.
I think that's the wrong. Maybe doesn't have another land. So now we can glow spore or tombbound. We don't have creature to discard like in our hand, but we may draw it. But let's go for the mana route. Okay, let's take a woodland and let's see. Now we Next turn I have 4 mana, and we have the 5th landing end. We have 2 mana blue, 3, 4 mana green disposal, and 3 black. Should be good. The enemy does have quite some lands.
Trust me, I have a
to
plan.
start creating zombies, and we can destroy them one time with ritual for now. Okay, now I think we should Tombound Lich, start doing some fun stuff. Discard a card. I guess we need to discard the Watery Grave, and we can attack our not friend Fairy. But hey, it's blocking counter. It's quite good for them.
My worst defeat.
Why they haven't blocked it with the Arboreal? I don't know. They have another Teferi. Okay. Okay, other 2 zombies. Maybe we should get the Land of the Dead with the Treach. So maybe our friend Treachery guy should appear. This guy is going green. Green kitty. People seem to like the blue one. I like the blue one. I don't like blue alone. But okay. Now they may have a counter. Maybe a bait for just wipe the board. So maybe we should just like go and attack with everything. That's like a lot of damage, by the way. No attack for now, and I go with Wall of the Storm. Doesn't seem like okay, many lands at the top going to the graveyard. That's not bad. How many cards left? 36. Not a big deal. Okay, skip shift. Now it's gonna start generating tokens, but we have a ritual, so it doesn't seem like a great problem. The problem is like this deck of Scape Shift seems like quite better in best of 3, where stuff like Nexus of Fate are not banned, so you can tap the lands, use Nexus, Scape Shift, and after the turn later, after that one, you get like to attack with the tokens. Now, what did happen? I don't get what's the problem. I guess like the enemy, I don't know. the enemies put the part where you put the end, the landing plane. It's not put all the lands. Okay, back in the. But so we have 2 revival. We have all the mana. Just 1 black we miss for ritual. Seems good. Let's see what we're putting in our graveyard. Land, Stitcher and land. Maybe we missed it for 1. This cute Palaka. So maybe now a Tombound will be good. Okay, Wallow Losto, that's not bad. It's a good defend. We are missing. We are putting in the graveyard quite good stuff. Okay, the enemy seems to play Esper. Maybe they have Disfigurate, the last 2. Okay, out of Kaya. Tombound, our friend. Pelaka. Stitcher, no. I guess we are gonna take a land in the next rows. It's like we need 2 lands now. I guess Rager is not gonna do a lot. Bond of Revival, but we don't have land still. Seems like a missed. Yeah. Still, we don't have land. Attack with Tombound. I guess they're gonna block. If not, we're gonna draw. Yeah. Still wait for Stitcher. We may be getting some land. That's all. Would be like time to get like some land. Tide Taker. What are you gonna take? Tombound. Hide. I think this is gonna be a loss. Let's see next cards. Yeah, no, that's not good. Yeah. Was like quite bad disposition of cards in the deck. No many lands. For that, like, we have put Glowspore Shaman. That's really great for finding like the lands. So now we have Blood for Bones and the Scholar, as we have like all the lands. Let's see. Okay, other lands now. Now we're gonna get like all the lands. That is part of the game. Would I like I put it like? Let's see. Temple of a third blood for bones, like maybe good. Let's take it, and we are gonna Stitcher supply later. Okay, one for. That's a fun card. Yeah. Like our friend Bunny. So they're gonna, I guess, start sacrificing Lion War, or they are gonna use the Bounce Wizard and after sacrifice it. No, they're gonna sacrifice the Lion War. Or Fibble Tip. That's a nice. So we can Blood for Bones, maybe? No, we don't have cards in our graveyard, but we have like really many cards in our graveyard, and the enemy may have a counter too. I mean, if they use counter now, it's kind of wasted. Okay, they are not gonna use it. Glowspore or Wall of Glowstone? I think Wall of Glowstone is the best one, like is one card more. And we still can get it like the Glowspore in our hand. Okay, we got like at least a Plaka. That's not bad. Okay, we are like our friend Risen Reef. I guess like the Elemental Druid maybe? No. What is he gonna take it? Another Risen Reef? Wow, that's a nice combo. Yeah. Many are starting to play this. I think it's like yeah, that's quite good. Quite good romp. Price Picker is quite good, like but tends to be a little slow. We can enter the god Price Picker, for example, now before it start to give us some trouble. But I think like they have like another one, but still summoning sickness, they cannot insta-tap, and lifting like as less. Okay, Okitra, not many people lost. Oh, double Okitra, that's good. That's good one. So now let's see what we can get it. We can get like a Cavalier, and we can destroy Okitra, for example. That would be no bad idea. Yeah, I think that is the logical way of action. Sacrifice a creature. Let's take it Cavalier. I think we just sacrificed that. Maybe Wall of Stone again. Sacrifice the fort. We need to destroy this. Yeah, this. Yeah. This, and we self-Milas. At least we have a little. Oh, treachery. That's good.
This isn't a fight you can win. Here we go. I've got it.
practiced against many foes like you. I have just the trick for this. So much commotion. Keep an open mind. My prowess is on meditate and prepare. Put thoughtfulness before action.
This isn't a fight you can win. Let's skip to the good part.